And we're back.
So, he's in the apartment, he's just found the diary.
Yes.
A black tie killer comes through the window. And they have a bit of a fight for a bit because it turns out they wanted the gold. That's why they kidnapped her. Obviously, everybody wants this gold. While they are in that apartment, Lopez's gang shows up and kidnaps both of them and takes the diary.
Okay.
So, that black tie and Hondo help each other to escape. At which point, she gets shot and falls down a stairwell of a staircase and immediately dies.
Okay. The Italian gang, were they aware of the black tie killer's existence before the kidnapping?
It doesn't seem so.
No, they're just messing with our main character.
Yeah.
It's two different gangs messing with the main.
It's two separate, unrelated gangs. Both want this gold.
Yeah.
And Hondo's just been caught in the middle of it because he happens to date the girl who's the daughter of the guy they thought stole
they
it.
think has all the information.
Yes.
Who obviously doesn't. Who might have the information, but she's not aware of it.
But she doesn't know anything, yeah.
Okay.
So he gets back home to find that Yuriko's been kidnapped again. This time by Lopez's gang. And then he gets kidnapped by them and taken to the same place that she's at.
Yeah.
I don't know why those are done separately. They may as well have been done together, once he got home.
So they go to the same location?
What? Yeah, he takes...
So yeah, you should have just bit the bullet and just had them both at the same time get kidnapped.
Yes. So they torture her by spraying her down with automotive paint. He, in order to stop them from spray painting her, tells them that one of the covers is thicker than the other and there's probably a secret inside that cover.
You're right.
Turns out there was a map. Apparently nobody had ever noticed this before. This one dude picked it up once and he was like, oh, that's weird. Immediately knew. But during that, the black tights show up because they also want the gold. Yeah. And there's a big fight scene between Lopez's gang and the tights that are remaining. And one of the tights gets killed during that fight by taking a knife for Hondo. They deliberately jumped in the way. Yeah. Yeah, Lopez's gang escapes with Yuriko because they're going to hold her captive, I guess.
Okay.
They don't need her anymore. I don't know why they're bothering.
No, if they've got the information they need.
If they had just left her there, Hondo would have been removed from the equation because all he cared about was her. So, so it was a complete... The tights would have followed them. One of the tights tricks Hondo into taking her with him by dressing in basically the same outfit and covering her face with some spray paint on her in order to trick her into thinking it's Yuriko. Right. At which point she gives a whole exposition dump about the fact that they are all from Okinawa and it's their gold and that's why they want it back.
Right, okay.
Because loads of their people died and they just need it. Also, they know where the map led to. They overheard members of the gang talking.
Okay.
And the other tights are already on their way there.
Okay.
At which point, members of Lopez's gang that were lagging behind show up and start shooting at the car. At which point, she gets shot and killed.
Okay.
But she has a grenade in a bra as well that she launches at them to go to.
Is that established or did you just?
Nope, that happens in that scene. So Hondo goes to the island and he meets the two remaining black tights that are there. Okay. One of which are being held captive because again. Someone was kidnapped. That's how the plot progresses.
They need leverage. There needs to be stakes.
Yeah, so there's a fight scene with a helicopter in which one of the remaining tights gets killed. So now that there's one black tight left, and Lopez's gang has Yuriko. Oh, Aiko's the one that's left.
Okay.
Akiko, sorry, is the one that's left. The one from the beginning that had sex with them.
Yeah.
She explains that they were all related. They were her sisters and cousins. And now she's the only one left, and she needs to make sure that it gets the gold back, otherwise there's nothing left of the family. So that you feel sympathy for them, and all of the ones that have died.
Yeah.
They find Lopez's gang has found the gold and taken it somewhere else. But they overheard where from the gang when they were leaving, so they follow them, at which point they get ambushed. Well, Hondo does. And it turns out that this entire time, his journalist friend, Bill, was secretly one of the assholes that was in charge of this entire situation and had been deliberately leading him false information in order to find out what the fuck was going on.
Right. Okay.
He wanted the gold. It was secretly Bill the whole time.
Everyone wants the gold.
Everybody wants the gold. Bill wants the gold. Bill knew about the gold, blah, blah, blah. Then there's a fight between all of the people there, during which everyone dies except Hondo and Yuriko.
What?
So there are no black tights left. This entire family has been wiped out. Lopez's gang is all dead.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead.
Well, then that's it cleared then.
Yuriko's fine. Hondo's fine. Everybody else is dead. So they contact the police about all of the everything that happened. The police show up in order to help them break into the case that had all the gold in it.
Yeah.
There wasn't any gold.
So when you'd said that Lopez's gang had found the gold, they were just fibbing about finding
They found the crate that was on the map. So they found the treasure, but when they opened it, it was entirely full of old Japanese money that now has no value.
Okay.
Because the military did sell the gold, did turn it into money, just did not.
But then gold will still be currency
money.
regardless of what time, but obviously actual printed money, it's
money.
only worth as much as the time that it's active.
and after World War II, all of the old currency got changed when the Americans came in. So it's old money from the war during the Imperial Japan that has zero value.
Right.
So everything that happened was for no reason at all.
I've just thought, was our man Hondo, was his entire motive, it wasn't for the money, it was simply just to rescue her?
He didn't know about the money until halfway through.
Right, okay, did Yuriko have any interest whatsoever other than it's her father's money that he'd hidden?
She didn't even know it was real.
So really they've lost nothing.
But yeah, they didn't lose anything. Our main characters didn't lose anything.
Was that the way the film ends?
The film ends with Yuriko and Hondo meeting up because he's going to fly back out for his next round of being a war photographer.
It got back to that.
Yeah. At the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is also where it's... Remember, she's an air stewardess. That's why she's there. He's got this bouquet of flowers for the girls from Okinawa that he came to know. Because that's the other thing. They would die and he'd be like, oh, she was such a good girl. She was such a nice girl. Every single time. Yeah. or as they were dying, they would be like, you're such a good guy, Hondo-san. So, he has this bouquet, and she also has a bouquet, and they're like, can you, drop this off at their family home or whatever?
Yeah.
And she's like, I've already told the pilot that I want to do that. So, yeah. And she's like, did you have sex with Akiko? And he was like, once. Can you forgive me? And she's like, I shouldn't, but I will. But close your eyes. And he does, and then she punches him in the face.
I was about to say, it was the sucker punch.
Yeah. She fully decks him in the face.
Okay, good.
And then walks away, and then goes, you're going to miss your flight, come on. So it's sort of implied that they continue to have a relationship after all that.
And that's what. Okay, I kind of wish it was the sucker punch and it freeze frames and then the credits roll.
It basically is that. It's
that'll be way better
because he and the black tights did start to help each other. Did you notice the thing that I put in the start of the pattern? Did you notice what the pattern was?
Go on, just gonna.
Every time one of the black tights helped him, they immediately died. And either.
Also, why did they choose to help him?
That's a good question.
Well,
because so the idea was once it's revealed that they are it's their gold and they're trying to get it back.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be seen as good guys, right? That's the idea. And because he's also a good guy, because his focus is just saving this girl.
Yeah,
they're enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's one of those situations.
Okay,
that's why. But it's immediately after, he's like a death curse for these girls. The moment that they help him, they die either in the same scene or the next scene immediately after.
Right.
But yeah, that's how the movie ends.
But yeah, sure. Now, I've been saving it until the very end.
Yes.
So I teased it at the very beginning. Chewing gum bullets.
Yes.
And vinyl shurikens.
Yes.
Can you remember where in the movie they were utilised?
The chewing gum bullets... is right at the start, actually. It's when Hondo comes across Lopez's dead body and they have a fight between him and the killers.
Okay.
And in order to make their escape, they spit chewing gum in his eyes. And goes, it's a ninja technique, chewing gum bullets, and then they piss off.
And then the vinyl shuriken.
The vinyl shuriken was... I think in Yuriko's apartment.
Okay.
And she just picks up the vinyls that, like, her stack of vinyls and starts throwing them at him.
Oh, it's the Shaun the Dead.
Yeah, it's exactly Shaun the Dead. Yeah, and it's as effective as Shaun the Dead as well.
Okay, that's good.
It doesn't really do
Okay, good.
anything.
Was it as good as you wanted it to be?
No.
I guess general impressions were at this point.
I was hoping that it was going to be very, very weird, and it wasn't. I was hoping it was going to be a series of completely nonsensical things, but the plot does hold together. Like,
I mean, surely that's not a bad thing.
No, it's
that
not.
You can follow it, but it's weird.
Not a bad thing, but I was hoping that, like, because it's a film from the 60s out of Japan, I was hoping that it would be either, like, a huge spectacle, and it was going to have very little plot, or it was going to have a very, very weird plot, you know?
Yeah.
And basically it was just like, and then they get kidnapped, and then they get kidnapped, and then they get kidnapped, you know?
Yeah. Because you can have a really simple plot, but as long as you have, like, just batshit insane things, like fight scenes or just weird scenarios, you can make a movie like that, as you say. It doesn't have to be, like, super complex.
Yeah.
And based on what you said, like, it's not, like, plain simple, but it's not batshit insane. It's somewhere, like, in the middle where it's, like, as long as it's cohesive and you can actually understand it from A to B.
Yeah.
I guess that's not too bad.
Because I was hoping that there would be more, like, weird ninja stuff that would happen. You know? Like,
they have more weird weapons.
Yeah.
You tease with those two things.
Yeah. So
the bullets
like,
and the shurikens.
Or something.
Although your laughing gas scene kind of got me.
Yeah, that was because that was I was hoping that there would be more just, like, weird stuff. It is fun as a movie.
Is it worth watching? After everything.
Yeah, I mean, don't be, like, super hyped. Be like, don't think
don't
that it's
amp
going
yourself
to be.
up.
Yeah.
Like,
don't be like, oh, this is it's not like Undercover Cop by E.G., which I've shown you the first 5 minutes of.
Right. Yeah. Everything I've seen of it. Yeah. Of that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was gold.
Yeah. It is not like that, you know, which is what I was expecting. I was like something more that speed. So I was like hyped for something like that.
Well, that goes balls to the wall on the stupidity. So.
Yeah. So like so if you just go into it going like, this is going to be a kind of weird movie from the 60s out of Japan, you'll probably have a good time with it.
I mean, if that's your thing. Then
yeah.
So, that's the first episode in the bag, but we won't relegate it to just movies. We've got a through line with some stuff in terms of movies and games that we like, so that'll be interesting to talk about. But we obviously do like different things, so that will be interesting to inflict on one another, like, is the best way to describe it, really.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll be next. I don't know if it'll be a movie, a game, a series, whatnot. Maybe not a series, that'll take too long to describe in 10 minutes. I'm not inflicting that on the editor. So yeah, so now I'll be picking the next thing, and yeah, where can we find you, Luna?
You can find me on DeviantArt, and that's it, because I don't do other things.
Right.
Yeah, you can find me on DeviantArt as LunaDaminac, LunaDeaminac. Well, I do a comic series that I've been doing for a long time. If you're a fan of Undertale, I know most of the fan base has probably moved on from that, but I haven't. And I also do some character and creature concept design things. So if you have a project that you look for some creatures or whatever, have a look, see if there's something there that you want as inspiration. They're all free to use, so yeah. And you.
No, coolio. And you can find me on Instagram and DynamiteDandy. I do rubber hose and pop art inspired artwork. I've been doing some recent stuff regarding blue metal, which you'll have to find out what that means and go over there. I'm also on Instagram under another site called Paranoid Prints, where I do my own trading thing, where it's horror-inspired stickers and art prints. And there's a bit of the pop art and rubber hose stuff in there, but it's a bit more diverse with the stuff I do, so that's quite interesting to see. So if you're interested, definitely have a look. On DeviantArt, I am on there, but I really should make more of an effort to go back and do more of that. And then stuff that isn't so much artwork, but is music inspired. I'm in a band called News for Parrots. We do ska punk music. We do originals and covers, and we've been doing gigs we want to put more in the calendar soon. And so if that's your kind of thing, you can obviously listen to us on all places you can find good music. So it can be iTunes, it can be Spotify. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, yeah, definitely check it out.
Links will be in the description.
Yes, links in the description. But no, we shall see you in the next episode. Later, guys.
Bye.